Today I'm interviewing one of my very own Results with Lucy fitties, Florentina. She's had an incredible journey over the past 10 months. She's gone from a size 24 to just a size 12 with her end goal to be a size 10. Let's go back, I think, to start. So what were you like at school? Were you active? Were you into sports?
I was really active. I was a sports junkie. I absolutely loved my sports.
Oh really? What did you do?
So I did everything in PE. I did cross country. I was a swimmer. I did netball. I did
Oh my god!
everything.
You put me to shame.
Rugby. I was on the little girls rugby team.
And weren't you particularly good at one sport?
I was swimming. Swimming was my heart.
So long time swimming goallers. I
Yeah.
remember watching my sister. Long hours.
Yeah.
Training a lot. Was it about 9 times a week?
So I did 2 hours before school,
Yeah.
and then I would go back after school, and then I'd swim 2 hours as well.
Oh my god.
And sometimes we would have to do gym before that as well.
That is full on. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing you were super thin muscle, lots of muscle definition on your arms. That's amazing. So what happened after that? When did sports not become a big, when was it not a big part of your life?
So basically I was out of my GCSEs, so I was on crutches for a year. And I had to stay at home because I couldn't hobble around, and I was waiting for operations and MRI scans to determine what was actually wrong.
So you went from literally doing like 10 hours a week of swimming and training and sports to nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
That
Couch
must-
potato.
That must have been horrendous.
It was awful.
Do you know what? I bet that affected not just your body but your mind. Because you went from, didn't you want to be a swimmer? Is that?
Yeah, I was training for the Olympics for 2008 Beijing.
Oh my god.
And shattered, completely shattered. And you know when you do the injury that you're not going to bounce back because of how intense it was. It was really bad. Really bad. I was really depressed.
So you spent a year at home on crutches, not being able to do anything.
No.
And then what was the recovery process?
It was long. So because the doctors and nurses were trying to figure out what was wrong with me, I was just left to go into school, get my work, come back home. Endless appointments to the hospitals, back and forth on my crutches. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. They wouldn't give me the MRI scan to begin with, because at the point they thought that I was just making it up because they couldn't figure out, but I just literally couldn't walk, and I remember the pain. I would go to bed crying.
So by this time it should have healed and it didn't?
Yeah, so endless appointments, and then in the end they found out what was wrong and I had to go in for surgery.
So then I'm guessing this is more time in bed, more time recovering. So you literally did no sports for how many years?
Probably about 2-3 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then after that, when you could walk again, what was the first thing that you did? Was you allowed to do anything?
I was told that I
to
wasn't allowed to do anything. I have to really rest it. And I was like, oh, whatever. It's like, doctors don't know anything. We'll do it the Florentina way. I got back on the trampoline. I said, nothing's going to stop me. And I tried and I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it. I could feel it and I couldn't do it.
So from then to now, what's happened? What's been the journey? How have you got yourself back into being active?
So after then I stopped completely. Everything stopped. So the amount of fitness that I was doing literally went to nothing. And then in the end I just went and I got myself a job, and fitness was nothing to me, and my food started to deteriorate as well.
Because I'm guessing you had a really good diet.
I did. So even though I could eat what I want, and because of the exercise was bouncing off for it, because I stopped the exercise, I didn't think initially that it was just going to be fine. I would carry on eating what I was doing and it would be fine. I'll be staying thin, but that wasn't the case. It started to pile on.
Okay, and what sort of size did you get to?
So I started, I think in the end I put on about 3 stone from that, but I was still very in denial. I think because I suffered such bad depression of what had happened, that was like my comfort zone. I just kept eating and eating and eating until I was just oblivious to life.
Yeah.
If you see.
And the thing is as well, if you're eating the same as you did when you were training hours and hours a week, you think that that's fine.
I'm fine.
You're not doing anything to go side.
And I thought, oh, do you know what? I'll be fine. I'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, I'm not training, but it's fine. Another chocolate bar, another Chinese takeaway, another 4 plates of pasta. That's how I was.
So at what point did you say, right, enough is enough, I need to do something about this?
After I had my child, I broke down in the kitchen floor, I remember, and I looked at myself in the mirror and I saw that my tummy was down, and I even had the tan lines. It was here, I was literally that low, because I thought after 2 days it would bounce back up after giving birth. And it really wasn't the case. And I just looked at myself and I said, do I really see myself in a bikini looking like this? And I also thought that my husband wouldn't love me anymore. And as I said, enough's enough. I need to do it because I need to be a role model for my daughter.
Oh,
It's
so
so
make me cry.
So I lost myself. I think I finally realised, since the time that I got told that I couldn't do the exercise, up until then I looked in the mirror and I said, where did I go? I'm not Florentina anymore. And it all sunk in. I broke down. My husband sat down with me and he said to me, look, I can see how unhappy you are, and he says, we're going to do this, I'm going to work with you, and I'm really going to help you. And that was the start. That was the start of getting me back.
Do you know what, the support I think is amazing,
Yeah.
and knowing that your husband's there is going to help you through it, and that must have been the most amazing.
It is, because I think when you have to do a life-changing thing for yourself mentally and physically, to do it on your own, I think it's really hard. So when I had him there, I love him.
You've got the most gorgeous little girl. I love her. She's so sweet. I love seeing her doing the workouts with you. She's so cute. So you've had your lovely little daughter, you've had your chat with your husband. What was next?
To start to actually do it, because there were so many times that my family would even get fed up because I said, I've started my diet today, and they go, oh, here we go.
You know
and
those
now
diets
she's
that start Monday,
Yeah.
every Tuesday. Oh, I started Monday.
It was, because we'd go out to eat and they go, aren't you on a diet? And I go, yeah, but I'll get the pasta today and we'll start 2 hours later. That's how it was, and I always said, because I did, as soon as I gave birth in April, and I started the New Beginnings program in July, but I wasn't in the right frame of mind, and I only got to week 4. And then I did try everything else. I tried Insanity, I tried everybody else's, and I was like, do you know what, there's something about the Results with Lucy one that I knew that it did everything, it covered everything. And that's when I went back to it, and I thought, this time I can do it, because once you've got this, you're there.
You do need to get yourself in the right frame of mind, I think. You know, you had your support of your husband, you knew you had to do it, but you have to have that frame of mind and that motivation within yourself.
Yeah.
So you went back, and did you start the New Beginnings program?
I did. I started the New Beginnings program, and I lost 4.5 stone on that one in 12 weeks.
4.5 stone in 12 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is incredible.
Yeah.
You must have really stuck to that.
I did. Since February, I started this year, February, the journey with Results with Lucy, and I haven't touched chocolate, crisps, roast potatoes, Yorkshire puddings, alcohol.
Wow.
Well, last week was my first glass of champagne, so I really was doing it.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's so inspiring. 4.5 stone.
Yeah.
Oh
In 12
my
weeks.
God. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So what was your diet before you started the New Beginnings program? What was your diet like day to day?
So I'd get up in the morning, I'd have a fry up, and it would be 3 bacon, 2 eggs, baked beans, black pudding, mushrooms.
Every
3
morning,
sausages.
Florentina?
Every morning.
Every morning?
Every morning. Sometimes I even had 2 fry ups a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then
Lunch.
yeah.
Well, we won't go to lunch yet because we had a bit of a snack.
Oh, okay.
Right.
A little bit of a snack in between before
So
lunch,
a
right?
snack would be like a bar of chocolate, maybe a big one. It would be packets of crisps, watching This Morning maybe. It was nothing healthy at all, and then I'd go on to lunch.
And what would lunch be?
Lunch would be, I'd cook a whole packet of pasta. I'd do all the sauce, the Italian way. That's not the healthy way. And then I would have about 2.5 platefuls of that. It wouldn't just be one.
For lunch, you'd have 2-3 platefuls of pasta.
Yeah, and then I'd have a pudding because I like something sweet after. So it'd be like a chocolate fondant with a bit of ice cream.
Wow. And then after lunch?
After lunch.
Do I want to ask?
What do I have for lunch? After lunch? Maybe I pick at the pasta because that's what I do. That's what I used to do. So when I used to make it for lunch, and then I was like an hour later, I'm like, oh, no.
You'd make extra. And then, we've all been there.
But that was it. That was mine. That was no one else's. And I would just keep eating that, and then it would come to dinner and I'd go get an Indian takeaway, but then I wasn't satisfied after that and I would go back to the pasta.
So your health really was suffering. So
Yeah.
you got up to a size 24
Yeah.
at your biggest.
Yeah,
And how did you feel waking up in the morning?
like Mr. Blobby, it was awful.
Sorry.
I'll tell you why. Small here, big here, and then the little legs. That's how I was. Because my tummy, I actually abused my body. I stretched it. It's like mozzarella cheese. I can't compare it to anything else because it stretches everywhere. It's so, but that's how much damage.
So you put your weight on round your middle.
Yeah, and my thighs, they were a bit they were tree trunks actually. They were quite big. I suffered really bad with swollen feet, but that didn't even go after pregnancy because of the so much water retention and weight
Yeah.
that stayed
You're
there.
putting pressure on your
Yeah.
ankles and your feet. Yeah. Oh wow. Sort of health-wise,
Yeah,
you said it's because of your daughter that
Yeah.
you decided to make the change. I'm guessing obviously you didn't feel great and
No.
you were really damaging your health. So was it because you wanted to be able to play with her? Did you want her to have a really good diet?
So
What-
during my pregnancy, I had to go for a diabetes test because my BMI went from the normal average for, I think it was for me for 25, it went up to 45.5, my BMI.
Oh my
And they were
God.
really worried that
That is really high.
yeah, it's ridiculous. They were worried that I was going to have diabetes. I had to go for all the glucose tests. Luckily, I didn't have it. But if I didn't have that test and that realization, I think I would have been suffering that now. So that hit me. And then after, when I saw how I was, I said I need to be a role model for my daughter. That was the first thing that came into my head. This child is going to look at me. I'm her mum, and she needs to look up to me. And it's just, I was a disgrace, I felt.
You were. You had been through a lot,
Yeah.
and I think no matter anyone that had been through that, going from thinking you were going to the Olympics and going through all that surgery and not being able to do anything, I can imagine that you just go, right, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Your motivation goes, and you're being told you can't do anything active when you were so used to that.
Yeah.
It's completely understandable.
Uh-huh.
And you
It's
weren't a
hard.
disgrace.
No,
you
I
went
just
through
felt- you know
you
when
went
you
through a
feel
tough
it,
you
yeah.
went through a really, really tough time, and it's completely understandable. But you know what? You did the right thing. You said, I'm not going to be this person,
No.
and you made the change.
She was a blessing in disguise, and I needed
Oh.
to do it for her, but also for me.
Yeah.
I had to, but she's looking at me, and I need to be the perfect role model for her and give
Yeah.
her the best in life.
I think you are.
Ah.
I think you are. So what have you been doing now? What program are you on, and how has your journey been the last 10 months?
So I've completed the 3 phases. So I've done New Beginnings, Onward to Model, and HIT. I'm repeating HIT, and now I'm also doing On Demand on my rest days.
Wow, you are hardcore, Florentina.
Yeah.
You put me to shame.
So I have 1 day off a week. But what I do is I do the HIT, my
Mhm.
normal, and because it's high intensity, on the rest days, like because I need to work more on my abdomen, I use On Demand to do the abdominal exercises on my rest
So
days,
you-
so it's not so
So you'd
strenuous.
follow the program to up your fitness
Yeah.
and follow a plan, and
Yeah.
then because that's your problem area,
Yeah.
you focus on that on the on demand.
Yes.
So you pick your sort of tummy area
Yeah.
workouts. Perfect.
But I still end up doing the hardcore workouts
Oh
anyway.
my god!
Yeah.
You are hardcore.
I love it.
So we've heard about what your diet used to be like, Florentina.
Yeah.
I'm still quite impressed you ate that all in one day, to be honest.
Oh my
I'd
God.
struggle even when I'm hungover to get through that. So what is your diet like now?
So normal breakfast would be like smoked salmon, avocado and rye bread. So it's very light.
So like eggs, avocados, rye bread.
Overnight oats.
Completely different to
Different.
what you used to have, which was a full-on fry-up, maybe
Yeah.
2
Fry
fry-ups.
ups. And then snack. I don't really snack now either. I'm not a snacker. But if I do, it will be some Rivitas with some hummus. 'Cause I do
Lovely,
love that.
lovely.
And then for lunch we will have quinoa. I've already gotten into that. Or quinoa. I don't know how they
I say
it.
quinoa, but I think you can say either, I don't
So
know.
a nice quinoa salad, and I'll have it with a bit of chicken maybe. mix it up, and then for dinner it would be one of my favourites. It would be like the really healthy Thai green curry.
Thai green curry is amazing, isn't it?
I love that.
You should feel like you've been naughty, like I'm having a curry and this is really good for me.
It's so good, and I'll have that with quinoa as well, or brown rice. Things like the vitamin B broth, I love that.
That's really nice.
And just if I want something light, it would be one of the soups. So it's totally different.
So what would you say to people that say eating healthy is boring? Because you literally have gone from one extreme to the other, eating fry-ups and pasta and crisps and just rubbish all day, to eating, you eat really well, you eat really clean, and it's incredible considering what your diet used to be like, that you've managed to cut all those horrible things out. What would you say to a person that says, oh no, I can't eat like that, it's like eating like a rabbit, everyone says, don't they? And what would you say to them? Is eating healthy boring?
No, I strongly disagree. I think it's the greatest thing in the world. It's fantastic. It's an all-round, my family eat it as well. They love it, and it's not rabbit food, because everybody thinks of just salads and soup. There's not. There's so much more to it. You've got variety. And so one day you might eat heavier than the next, like the vitamin B broth, you can have like a stew, and then the next day you'll have something lighter. But it's total rubbish. You feel amazing, and your skin and everything. It
mentally makes you feel good.
Yes, it does.
Everything looks better, I think,
100%.
when your diet's right. If you take yourself back to the day that you broke down and you said sort of enough is enough, what advice would you give that girl?
I would say it's good that you've realised what's happened. But now is the time to make the change, not tomorrow, not the next day, not next week. You start it now, and you accept what's happened, you have to, and you move forward, and you say, I'm going to do this, and you just go for it, go. That's all you've got to do.
And what would you say is the first step? What do you think is the best step to take first?
I know this sounds really funny, but I think you need to cleanse all the bad negativity that you have in you. So maybe a nice meditation. If you just put it on YouTube, you can even just meditate. Go do something that also makes you happy. So even if it's like listening to music, and just take a minute and say to yourself, look, I'm going to put myself through this, you're going to be much happier. Even go get an item of clothing out of the closet that you want to get into, hang it up, create a mood board or something that's going to make you excited and make you determined and motivated to keep going and keep.
So any girls that are at home watching this and they're not feeling their best, you'd say, first of all, accept it.
Yeah.
So there's nothing I can do. I can't dwell on it.
No.
I'm in this place now.
Yeah.
Only look forward and fight and get a motivation, whether it be your health, your child, your role model, a dress out of your wardrobe that you want to fit into, just something. So you need like a motivation, only look forward.
Yeah.
I think that's an amazing piece of advice.
100%.
So on Instagram, there's a big Results for Lucy, RWL Fitties community. Did that help your journey? Do you think others going through the same process as you, or similar journeys to you, do you think that community really helped you achieve this?
Massively. All these girls, we're all in it together, and when you're having a down day, you motivate each other. Everyone's following each other, posting their food, their workouts. It's amazing, because at the end of the day, you're not on your own, and you've always got someone there to help you.
Oh, that's so nice. Do you know what? Don't say this very often, but I actually do it as well. If I wake up to do a workout and I said, see, I'll be around at 8 and we'll do a workout, I'll go onto my phone and I'll go onto Instagram if I wake up in a bit of a bad mood, and I'll look at what you've all been doing. I'll look that you were probably up at 11 o'clock the night before with your daughter running around, getting in your way when you're trying to work out, and you've just done a long day's work and you're working out. I go, right, okay, Florentina did it, I'm jumping out of bed, I'm doing it. And you actually motivate me, and I think it's an amazing community that you've all got, and I absolutely love seeing your videos. I think they're amazing. I do. They're really.
I try to be true and just show it's normal to struggle, because I do. It's normal to look like a gigantic mess. And sometimes my hair will look like on top of my face, but I just do it because I actually want to motivate the world. I know that sounds crazy, but I just want everybody to jump on it, even whether they've got a perfect figure, because we all still need to eat good,
we
need to look after our body. And I just want to inspire as many people's mums, no mums, anybody, as much as people I can.
Florentina, you're a very busy lady. You run your own wedding business, you're a carer, you have a young child, and you always seem to be like the perfect wifey with your husband's dinner on the table. How the hell do you fit it all in?
I make sure I do, 100%. I really do.
So how do you fit in a workout if you've got to do all that?
So I can't work out in the mornings, which I'd love to do because it sets you up for the day. So I do them in the evenings, and it can vary from 10 p.m. to latest of 1:30 at night.
Wow. And why do you do that?
It's what I want, it's what I've been working for, and I understand that I'm tired and I've been to work and I've had my little one, and I understand we need our rest, but I say to myself, I will rest after, I will sleep well after. I've done my workout, I feel good, I'm working for something, and if you want something that bad, you'll do it.
You'll find the time.
Yeah, you will make time. It's 40 minutes out of your day, whether it's 2 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock in the morning. You've got time to sit there and catch up on the hills or Teen Mum or something. You've got time to fit in a workout.
Exactly. I suppose you should look at it as you've got a choice. Do I sit there and watch EastEnders, or do I work out with EastEnders on in the background?
Yeah, I've even done it once. I think I've sent an email on my business while working out. You can do it. If you really want something that bad in life, you'll do it. You will really do it.
It's definitely true. So the past 10 months, you've been through the most incredible journey. You've lost a total of 6 stone.
Yes.
And you've dropped from a size 24 to a size 12.
Yes.
That is unbelievable. That is insane. What would you say is the one moment that you can think, this, I feel good. I feel like I'm getting back to me, and this is, I feel really proud of myself.
Now.
What, right this second?
Right this second.
Yes.
For sure, this was 2 months ago when I realised this, because what I wanted to tell you was 2 months ago, my husband turned around and said to me, I've got my wife back.
Oh.
He says, you're happy, you're the wife that I married, you're not depressed, you're not unhappy, you're motivated, you're healthy, you're everything that you're working towards what you wanted. He says, I know how bad you wanted to be slimmer. He says, I love you for who you are anyway. But he says, when he said I got my wife back, then I knew I'm onto a winner. I'm there.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice that you've had the support from him during this journey.
100%. He's my little filmer. He's the one that sorts out all my...
I wondered who filmed your workouts.
So we
now
bought
I
this
know.
little thing from Primark now, so he doesn't have to hold his hands up, bless him. And it just comes off the wall and it holds it. But he's I'm like, right, film! he's my little behind the scenes.
It's so nice.
And my daughter, she's the motivator and the raver, and she's going to grow up with this.
Yeah.
She eats smoked salmon and avocado for
That's
breakfast.
amazing. How old is she?
She's 19 months.
19 months and she's on smoked salmon avocado.
Yeah, but she
Lucky
was on,
kid.
I know. She was on that when I started the journey, I think it was the time when I had to wean her, so I started with avocado, so she's going to know how to look after herself as she gets older, from food to fitness.
So with her diet and when she'll be at the point of exercising, what would you want her to be like?
I just want her to be happy and healthy, but we'll bash out the workouts together. You know, be a mum and daughter thing. And yeah, she will learn. She will learn, and I would never let her go through what I had to go through. Never.
It's incredible. I think you're going to be the most amazing role model to your little girl.
I hope so. I hope so.
So looking forward now, what do you want to do? You've had this crazy journey where you've lost all this weight, you look incredible, you feel amazing, your skin's glowing, your hair is so shiny. What do you want to do now? What's next for Florentina?
I'm going to lose another, I think it's 2 stone I've got to go. I'm going to get down to 8'11", hopefully.
8'11", okay.
I'm going to be in size 8 to 10, rocking it. I don't know about the 6. I've said that I would like a 6-pack, but due to realisation of what's happened with my tummy, I've come up with this new thing, and it's called the roll pack. So this is going to be nice, and this is just going to have the rolls, so that's the roll pack.
So do you think you've had a baby and you've lost a lot of weight?
Yeah.
Is there a point that you've said, okay, you know what, I'm going to always have a little bit more
I've accepted
here,
it.
And have you sort of said, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That represents me having my child.
Yes, my happy, healthy child. And also, there's not much, you don't want to remember, but that's my remembrance of my journey in ones, and all the people I've met. And people may think it's weird, but I'm like, that was my journey. That's my little bit left over.
I always think that it's really lovely to look in the mirror in the morning and say something nice about yourself, rather than, I feel like women now, they look in the mirror and they go, oh, I've got a spot, oh, my bum's too big, this, oh, I've got cellulite. Wouldn't it be lovely if everyone got up in the morning, looked in the mirror and said, right, this is what I love about myself, this is good, and starting your day with a positive thought. If you could give any piece of advice to any woman, doesn't matter if they're going through a similar journey to you, fitness, exercise, but just something, and a bit of advice that you would say to someone that doesn't feel great about themselves.
Wake up naked, for a start. And put some music on, and like you said, and just feel good, because there's something on your body that you'll love, and some other girl that is destined to have it, I'm telling you. And you know, say to yourself, okay, I've realised we're going to do something with it, whether it be changing the food side or doing some exercise. Just be happy, because at the end of the day, you came from your mum and dad and they created you, and they probably think that you're, not probably, that's really harsh, they think you're beautiful. So embrace that, because I think everybody in this world is beautiful. I don't say anybody's ugly.
Everyone's just unique.
Exactly, everyone's got their own speciality.
I think that's amazing to think of. And also, this is you now. What's your inspiration now to carry on, to lose a little bit more weight? What's your end goal, if you like, or something that's just keeping you going?
So to concentrate on eating clean, working out, feeling good, feeling positive, my daughter, and then to work towards renewing my vows and feeling good.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes. I'm gonna be at the body that I wanted to be when I first got married.
Okay, so you want to be the body and the mindset of you now, rather than who you were when you got married.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, that's so nice. Does your husband agree to this?
Yeah, well, I just sent him the bill.
That's amazing.
I have spoken about it and he agrees.
That's really, really exciting. You know, health, your daughter, and to renew your vows. That's amazing. We were so inspired by you, Florentina. We loved seeing your videos, we loved seeing your transformations, and we asked you to be one of our Results We Lucy ambassadors. Thank you for accepting.
Well, thank you for asking.
And I feel like there's an amazing community of women. You must get asked for advice a lot. What is the main question you get asked, would you say? Motivation.
Yeah. 100%. What keeps me motivated? And I said to them, and actually Cecilia said this to me, think of that time, how you felt, and think how you are now. And go back to that, and then you will get up and you will work out. If you want something, like I said, so badly, or you're working towards something, you just generally want to feel better. If you're constantly out and you're feeling guilty, you know you're doing wrong. Yeah. Why do you want to constantly live like that? Be positive, be happy, walk in the streets and be like, damn girl, I did that workout, you know, or I ate avocado and so excited. You know, it's just feeling 100% better.
Even that feeling, that's the reward in itself,
yes,
isn't it?
100%. And it's so true, you're only one workout away from a good mood.
That is so true. It does make you feel good, and you know, and everyone, you are the proof that anyone can fit in a workout and anyone
100%.
can completely transform their life.
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone that has got in from work?
Yeah.
They are knackered.
Yeah.
They really can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Why should they get up and work out?
Because they feel better than what they do now. Because most of us, we all do the job that we love and enjoy, but when you come back, that just rubbish feeling, you have to have a shower anyway after you've been to work. If you don't, it's gross, but still. So why not put in a workout, then you get your shower and you feel good, and you're going to sleep amazing and just feel so good.
And you go to bed not feeling guilty,
no.
So you're going to sleep so much better.
Yes, and you won't have these crazy dreams. You're going to sleep like a baby.
What is your highlight of the last 10 months?
Oh, the whole journey. It's been incredible. I can't praise Results with Lucy enough. And that's all I talk about now. It's like, if I'm out, they're like, oh, have you tried this? What, the Results with Lucy thing? You know, it's always like that. That's all I talk about, because it's changed me physically, mentally. It's made me aware of things. I'm such a different person. I'm positive as well. And I can't thank you guys enough. You guys have...
Do you know what, Florentina? We've given you everything. We've given you the tools, but you've done it. So you should be proud of yourself. It's you that's done this, not us.
Oh, it's you for sure. You've done it. We've both done it.
But you should be incredibly proud of yourself. What you've been through is tough. You know, you've been through depression. You've been through losing your... You wanted to be an Olympic swimmer, and then your dreams got shattered. That's hard. That's really hard to deal with. But you've made that decision to change.
Yes.
And that's incredible, and you haven't looked back. That's the most amazing thing. I ate chocolate cake yesterday.
Yeah, but you could have.
You've done absolutely incredibly.
But that will come for me, because when I get to my goal weight, I will have a fat day once a week where I will treat myself. So that will come. And people do ask me this on Instagram. They go, yeah, but what about... Because I have more to lose than other people, and because I've been in this frame mind for 10 months, I don't want to come out of that and go back to what I was. I'm staying in this until I get to my goal weight, and then once a week I will have a treat, 100%.
Incredible. That's a good thing to look forward to.
Yeah, it's a very good thing. I'm excited.
I think, Florentina, that you should be incredibly proud of yourself. The journey that you've been through and how positive you are. And also, I want to say you have inspired hundreds of women. I don't even think you know it, but the amount of women that follow your journey on Instagram and make you work out. You even get me out of bed to work out if I watch your videos. And I think that you should be incredibly proud, and you've made a massive transformation for yourself, but you've also inspired so many women, and that's absolutely amazing, and well done.
Thank you. And I just want to say that this all wouldn't have happened without Results with Lucy, and I think it's underestimated still to this day, but you guys are going to grow. I know this already. And a massive thank you to everybody, because nobody realises how much work goes into it, but the proof's in the pudding, literally this pudding. It works, and without you guys and all the personal trainers, there's something different about it that draws you in as well. I think everybody's personality in it draws you in. You can work out from home, so people that are not very confident can do this in their own home and work around children. So without you lot, this wouldn't happen. So a massive thank you to you, because I've lost 6 stone because of